So if you actually look at human intelligence, I think if you leave out spiritual, which probably is not necessarily um, relevant from a professional point of view, human intelligence consists of three kinds of intelligence, right? So one is empathetic intelligence, which means that we are capable of being empathetic to others, understanding what others are feeling, what others want to do, what others want to achieve, what are some of the challenges that they're facing, and things like that. So empathy is a core intelligence. Then, of course, we have intellectual intelligence, which is um, IQ, which means that over a period of time we learn new stuff and we intellectually grow as a person. And a lot of what we learn, what we experience, is actually stored in our brains as intelligence, and mostly as intellectual intelligence. Last but not the least, we have creative intelligence. What do I mean by creative intelligence? Is our unique ability to make leaps and come up with creative solutions for problems we did not even know existed, right? So the entire progress that we've made as humanity can be attributed to all three of these things coming together. The understanding what we need as a species, this is not just me, but everyone else. Learning from what we have experienced in the past and what we are continuously learning through our experience, and so that's the intellectual. Combining all of that and coming up with creative solutions or creative ideas which make our survival and our growth as a species significantly faster than any other species on this world. So that's what the human intelligence is all about, right? So when it comes to artificial intelligence, I think there are three kinds of artificial intelligence that people generally talk about. The oldest form is predictive, which means that now you give a specific data set to an algorithm that has been trained on a particular data set, and what it can do is, based on past patterns or past behavior, it can predict what comes next. This is the most foundational or fundamental artificial intelligence that we can think of. Almost every organization today, or every enterprise application, software applications today, more or less has some form of predictive intelligence inbuilt, or is building it within their applications. So that's probably the most primitive. Generative is an extension of that. What it does is it takes not just numbers. So predictive, when I say predictive, it's primarily numbers, stats. It uses a statistical model to kind of predict what comes. If the same pattern continues, what happens next. Generative goes a little bit beyond that. What it does is it also can look at text, it can look at images, and by combining images, it can also make videos based on prompts that we give to the artificial intelligence. So which means that when we give a prompt, it understands what the prompt is, and based on that, it starts generating a new material. Sometimes the material is good, sometimes it's not. But predominantly speaking, this is the generation of ChatGPT and all the other generative AI applications that are flooding the market right now, right? Whether it is creating images, whether it is creating videos, whether it is creating text, whether it is using the generative AI to generate prompts, which can then be used to generate text, images, and videos as well. So that's the second kind of AI which we can talk about. The third one is adaptive, which is when you bring in people and the other two kinds of AI together, and the AI is able to adapt to the prompts that we are giving, and based on reinforcement learning through the people telling that whether what results it is showing is right or wrong, or needs to improve. So as the AI interacts with people, and it kind of continuously improves based on the feedback that it gets from people, not necessarily from the data that it works with, and that AI is adaptive in nature. This is probably the least used AI right now, but it is gaining popularity and gaining um, prominence as well, because of the simple fact that the amount of funding that this field is getting is just enormous. And with the computing power and memory power increasing exponentially for the last so many decades, it is becoming more and more possible to create adaptive AI as well. So fundamentally, this is the difference between human intelligence and artificial intelligence.